YouTube, I know it's been a while since I actually been making a video. I'm in my car right now, and here we go. I'm in my car right now, and I was just thinking. So I just want to share it with you guys. This car behind me. I just want to share with you guys about what's been going on with me. Well, one thing, it has been a lot of changes for me dealing with lifestyle. And all this came about with celebrating Kwanzaa this year. Um, and for whatever odd reason. Um, and it's hard to even explain it. But so anyway, this year we decided to celebrate Kwanzaa. And in celebrating Kwanzaa, it kind of brought out, I'm trying to find a good light. Better. But in celebrating Kwanzaa, it seemed like it brought out a different side, or it was such an experience that me personally, I don't know how to not think about the experience. And um we live in Clarksville, Tennessee, so it's like, we did the unity, we did whole job, we and again, I don't want to go too much into the Kwanzaa. I want to go more into how it became such experience for me. But it was like, I don't know, it was like stepping into something totally new, something that's totally sorry, trying to find a real like that go. It was like stepping something new. It was like stepping into myself for the first time. And it was different than my spiritual relationship with God, because my spiritual relationship with God, um, I don't say my spiritual relationship with God, I don't want to say it like that, but when God first drew me to Him, because, and the reason why I say God drew me to Him, because being a Christian, growing up in Christianity my whole life, it's like, you're raised into things. You're raised to believe that, hey, if I accept God, then I'm saved. But all the times I tried to do it before by myself, say, God, I accept you, I really wasn't saved. I really wasn't, living in the truth of God. But it's like, it took an event things to, and it or order of things to happen for me to realize that God was drawing me to Him. And it wasn't me going to church. I don't like saying church, but it wasn't me going to services. It wasn't me going to Bible study. It wasn't me being in choir. It wasn't me being in a position. It was more of me being in a place, just living life. And it's like, and focusing on those things, like my mom died. You know what I mean? I tried to kill myself. And God in experience was just so, and I still have vivid things what happened. I tried to take some pills, and the ambulance came, and I got there. They tried to get some charcoal. Charcoal is usually used when when they're trying to take something out of your body that you've taken. Y'all, it was nothing there. It was as if I never took the pills. And I remember, and again, I said a voice, but I did not know it was God until like I was like 18. But it was like, it's not your time yet. And I was like, and I kind of shoot it off, and then kept living life, got to the hospital. My aunt talked to me like, hey, you know, what's going on with you? And it was short after my mom died. And it went to I even went from having 2 jobs to no job. I went from having a place to stay and not having a place to stay, and having to stay with someone in the ministry. It was just really crazy how things happen. And even got to a place where God would speak to me about dudes I involved myself with, best friends. And like, I had to totally avoid guys. I had to get to a place of being submissive in God's will and not be submissive to my lust or the lust that I was like living in and walking in. So I literally, everything any guy ever gave me other than my father, I gave it away. It was TVs, I gave it away. If it was a shirt, if it was a blanket, if it was clothes that I had previously had, I gave it away out of obedience. So it's like how God drew me to him was through those things and sacrificing of the male friendships and sacrifice of dudes giving me stuff or and sacrifice of even living with my aunt and sacrifice of having 2 jobs and having good money coming in every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I was working at FedEx and a waitress job, so I was bringing in some money. But I thank God for bringing me to a place of deliverance, and that's when I knew. I'm like, all this stuff happening. It wasn't religious. No one to prophesy over me. There was no prayer, and was someone praying over me. It was nothing like that. It was like the things that was happening in life. God started taking all the stuff I cared about. God took my mom away. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say God took my mom away like that, cause I have certain beliefs about death, but God didn't take her away, cause she still lives inside of me. You know what I'm saying? So she's not gone, but she's gone from this realm. If that makes any sense. But yeah, so it was just stuff like that. And from there, it seemed like God just have been evolving me spiritually. And so going back to Kwanzaa, I was just going briefly on how God draws you, because sometimes as quote unquote Christians, we like to draw those experiences from religious situations, but not from daily situations, if that makes sense. It's like in a revival or something like that, but it was nothing like that. It was like me just being in my house, me just being at the house, chilling, watching TV kind of thing. It was like that. But yeah, definitely going back to Kwanzaa. The stuff in Kwanzaa, it did stuff to my family, me and my family. It brought us closer. Stuff that I didn't even think was possible. It was stuff that I didn't even think was possible. It was stuff that it resonated with me so much that it seemed like the gifts that God gave me became bolder. It seemed like, oh, that makes sense. I have never been around so many positive black people in my life. So many cool black people that had like-mindedness. It was no division. It was peace. It was joy. It was love. It was all those fruits of the spirit that's in Galatians 5. You know what I'm saying? And it hit me. It's like, man, this is what God was talking about when he's talking about the fruits of the spirit. These people had it. You know what I'm saying? And some, they maybe wasn't Pan-Africans, but they were just so proud in their blackness. It was unapologetic blackness. I was so jealous of those women. I was like, I bet my husband looking at these women, they so beautiful. Because I've never seen so many different colors of women, so many different textures of hair, so many different personalities, even the kids. The kids, they want to talk about twerking or the nay-nay or Chris Brown. They was talking about the culture. And it was just a whole nother ball field, you know what I mean? It had a whole nother aura to it, presence to it. It was like, wow. And it's like, I saw God. If I had never saw God before, I saw God then. And it was such experience. So, but since then, it's just been some crazy stuff. I won't say crazy stuff, but it's been like little stuff here and there that has been leading to the spiritual awakening within myself. Because I say again, it began at Kwanzaa, celebrating those 7 days. And it was like, me and my husband wasn't even mindful that New Year's Eve was that day. Like, what? It's New Year's Day? New Year's Eve? it was a whole nother, y'all. It was a whole nother experience. It was nothing like I've ever experienced. Cause you know how, cause we haven't celebrated Christmas, but if you go home for Christmas, it's like, oh, it's Christmas. Then hey, let's wait a couple days to New Year's to turn up and get drunk and stuff, right? We don't get drunk, but that's usually what's presented on TV. That's what I'm presenting. Or because we didn't celebrate Christmas, we didn't have a Christmas tree, we didn't have the gifts, we didn't have all those things. But still, the world, even Christians, celebrate Christmas and saying it's Jesus' birthday. And God showed us that some time ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that we have not really been celebrating Christmas. Even with birthdays, we don't give our kids gifts because it teaches them selfishness. And so, anyway, over the years, plus Kwanzaa, God has been just pouring his spirit of love within us and showing us how to really walk in love and truth. Really how to walk in forgiveness. And so it's just, and I know I'm rambling, but this is what this is, a rant. So it's like, even for our kid's birthday, you know what I mean? People bring them gifts that they don't even need. I'm like, don't bring them no gifts. Bring them a book that they can read. Bring them something that they can still have years from now. Don't bring them no toy. Don't bring them some clothes. You know what I mean? And it's like the gift changed for us. It changed for us. We don't really care about celebrating birthdays anymore. We do, but it's like a lot of stuff we really don't care about celebrating because it's just another way that America doesn't make money. Christmas, people make money. Thanksgiving, people make money on you buying turkeys. You know what I'm saying? New Year's, fireworks, 4th of July, fireworks, barbecue, 4th of July. And 4th of July don't even celebrate black people. So it's like, and I feel like I'm preaching, but it seemed like a lot of stuff as black people that I was taught to actually celebrate, it was dumb. So we're talking to other black people like, huh? Like, no, we cool, we chilling. Even Valentine's Day had nothing to do with, love and giving cards. It had a whole nother meaning to it. And then again, this is touching on holidays and stuff. This is touching on those things. But but it seemed like God just have been spiritually evolving me through those things. So the same experience that God brought me closer to him, like, hey, I'm here. I'm ready for you. I'm ready for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I said, yes, God, yes, Lord. Life instantly will change. So with Kwanzaa, it was like the concepts and everything. And kind of like even getting back to my ancestors, it was like a spiritual awakening. That's the best way I can describe it. It was such an awakening where I'm like, who are my ancestors? You know what I'm saying? My mom died when I was 5. So, and I haven't met my sisters yet. They're on Facebook. So my whole childhood is just crazy. But this and y'all, and this, so plus Kwanzaa, plus all this stuff, this stuff was, okay, yeah, those look cues. But y'all, this happened today. And it kind of scared me. And I'm going to see if I can find the paper. All right. So, I found paper. So, and I know I'm long, but just stay with me. Stay with me. So, anyway, and this first time I actually said it to anybody else other than my husband. But, so anyway, today, well, we have a broken drawer. It's not one that pulls out. It's one that's on the cabinets of the bathroom. I wish I could show you. But but it was just how it happened. But anyway, I've been following Taryn Guy. If you know Taryn Guy, she has Freeform locks now, and she's on a spiritual journey. And I've been watching her videos, like seriously, binging on them. And it's like her videos just been so resonate within me. It's like something within me is helping me to pull towards her videos. So she had one with Sir Master Gunnar Gills. Maybe I'm not saying the name right. But anyway, he was on there.